The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive.
And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive, because remember last time out they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back. But make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
Back to throw, Purdy sliding out of the pocket. Able to locate his running back, open downfield. And they take this up near the 30
We're fucking.
he's taken down.
We're just better. We're just better.
Now Purdy. Man open, that's Deebo Samuel. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll leave him with a second and just a few inches left. First carry of the game for Christian McCaffrey. And strong running there as he's across midfield and down to the 49. He'll get a dozen there, and it's a first down, 49ers. That time a little misdirection really seemed to fool the defense.
And think of it this way. From the time you're in high school, you're taught to watch film and pick up tendencies. Sometimes they can use those against you, though, when they break their own.
Eagle pressure, too much this time. Down he goes. Buried for the sack.
Offensive line is fucking trash, Niners.
We're scoreless after one. The 49ers with the football here to begin the second quarter, as they've got it facing a second and long situation. Purdy looking to throw. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. That winds up pushing him back 11 yards on the sack. And that'll bring up third. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after first and second down went backwards. It's third and very long. He'll fire this deep for Ayuk. And unable to connect, incomplete. Now give them credit, they took their shot, but it's going to bring up fourth down. On fourth down, the Niners trot out Mitch Wishnowski to punt the football. Britton Covey deep for Philadelphia. Taking it about the 16. We'll call that a 49-yard punt with a return of just 2. And the Eagles will have it, taking over first and 10. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And it's been a miserable start for them offensively. Obviously, 2 drives, 2 interceptions.
And this is where you have to know your quarterback and know how you actually have to reach him. Do you do it with a little bit of humor? Maybe you break the ice a little bit like, hey, didn't we practice in that colored jersey all week? Not the one that you're throwing it to? And maybe you have to be stern with him. But whatever it's going to take to get the message, it has to be done. He's putting the game in jeopardy.
6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
Throwing is Hurts. And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete.
Quarterbacks work all the time on manipulating the defense with their eyes and their head movement. In this case, he just stared the receiver down. That allowed for excellent coverage, able to knock that one away.
To throw once more on second and 10. Hurts. That one complete down the field to Smith. And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers' 41-yard line. They'll look to throw now on first down.
And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's second down.
As his old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out hot. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
What?
The center of the field, but it's incomplete.
Well, it looked like a march to the end zone has hit a momentary roadblock with that incompletion. No need to panic. They just got to come up with a high percentage play call and see if they can get their offense back on track.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete.
And he's taken down the number 4, reaching the 10-yard line.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Barkley inside Herbert.
And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia.
Saquon Barkley.
A 10-yard touchdown run.
And the Eagles post the first points of the ball game as they take the lead here in this second quarter.
Elliott good on the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game.
Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. They'll be looking to match that touchdown from a moment ago. 7-0 is the score as they begin with a first down. Purdy.
Got a man right side. It's McCaffrey. And he gets this up to the 34 out of bounds there. The result, only 4 yards there on the play. And that'll make it second down.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here. And if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs. Run some plays, run some clock. Allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
Line of scrimmage, the 24. This is 2nd and 6.
This is Jennings. And some room to maneuver. And out across midfield down to the 45. 22 yards there, a first down.
Thus far, it hasn't been a real fun half for them, but a play like that may get them off the schneid a little bit, get them loosened up and moving.
Kind of seems like they've been sleepwalking and still sitting on 0 points.
And it's not always making an adjustment. Sometimes it's just going back to what you know can work and finally getting it done.
Throwing the out route incomplete.
Oh, that guy did you dirty.
This inside the 35-yard line.
You got done dirty right there.
Good for 11.
And now at this point in the first half, you got to realize as an offense, you're not going to get it all back in one fell swoop. This is going to be about sustained drives and making sure you finish with points. And that's a good throw there for a first down.
And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. Back-to-back nice plays, 12 yards that time and a first down.
Throwing here, Purdy.
This one caught by Kittle. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, San Francisco. George Kittle, a 22-yard touchdown grab.
And the 49ers are on the board here in the final minute of the first half. Jake Moody now for the point after.
It's up and good, and we're tied at 7 here in quarter number 2. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play there.
And Hurts is intercepted, his 3rd of the game. Picked up by Diamador Lenore.
And he's given his guys a shot for late points as they will take over in range for a field goal or maybe more.
You can easily see the logic. It's a tie game. They just wanted to press it a little bit right before the half, hoping to get one more score.
Yeah, easy to second-guess the result, but now you have to think after that interception, just a field goal, and they're behind at the break.
Yeah, I think at the half, the head coach just says, look, that's on me. I wanted to press it, but it's because I believe in you guys.
The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 11 seconds remaining in this first half.
And what a nice example there of a tight end doing exactly what he needs to do. How about how he worked his way to the outside, made sure he secured the catch, and then anything after that.
What?
Is a bonus.
That shit got
Indeed,
tipped.
It's enough for the first down. I'm really liking what I'm seeing from this defense because their coverage has been playing at a shutdown level so far. Even backed up late, they're forcing incompletions and fighting to keep them out of the end zone as the first half winds down.
Second and goal, and they will try again from the 2-yard line. Purdy will set up to throw it here.
And that is incomplete, stopping the clock with 5 seconds to go.
All right, Captain, it's batten down the hatches time defensively. Dodged 2 pass attempts to the end zone. Now what do you think they're going to try and dial up on 3rd and goal?
Well, knowing them and knowing what we just seen, I think they're throwing it again, don't you?
I think you have to. I think in this situation, you kind of run out of your running plays, fire another one into the end zone.
Well, Charles, I think you'd have to call that a win for the defense after the turnover already in field goal range, and they had to settle for 3.
Yeah, being the beautiful part is you start so close to the end zone that your thought process on offense has to loosen up a little bit because you're thinking to yourself, you're almost guaranteed 3. Let's take some good shots at the end zone and try and turn it into 6.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And they'll have time for one play. There's 2 seconds on the clock.
He's going deep for Brown. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. So 2 quarters down, 2 remain. Charles and I return after the break. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3.
A good, tight football game thus far. 10-7 to score as we resume action on EA Sports. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. Purdy going to lead the 49ers to the line. 1st and 10, just shy of the 30. And he'll start by handing this off to McCaffrey. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
And they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
Another run with McCaffrey on 2nd down. And they'll stop him after a gain of a couple to the 33. Here's 3rd and 6. Here's Purdy.
Flush to his right. And a big loss here as he's taken down.
Nolan Smith brings him down on the pass rush.
Here comes the 49ers punter now. As the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. That's pulled in at the 32. A big kick that time, 52 yards.
And it will be Eagles football, 1st and 10. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. And both of these defenses have been stifling these last few drives offensively. Just not able to get anything going, so what needs to change?
I think a lot of the guys will go back and review, so to speak, because everyone has someone assigned to how did each play work. Okay, what did we use that kind of worked for us during this game? Try and get back to some of those plays, as well as the possibility of showing something you haven't shown already in this game and trying to change things up.
We'll see if they take the advice of Mr. Davis. They go play action with Hurts. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked up by Charvarius Ward.
Well, we got this dude read like a fucking book. We know what this dude's doing every play. This fucking offense is trash. It can't score.
You've got a decent chance of coming away with the football.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. Flag comes in. This might be a free play. And this one drops incomplete, but I think the defense jumped. Well, we looked at each other right when he flinched. We knew that that flag was coming.
Yeah, offsides, easy call, mark off the 5, and keep it moving.
So this helps to start a drive. After the penalty, it'll be 1st and 5. Purdy now to throw. That'll be caught by Ayuk. Touchdown, 49ers.
No, it was to the right. I threw it to the right. Look at the replay. I threw it to the right. And it was a fucking dime. That's what it was. Look at that. Boom.
Next play, boom. Touchdown.
I've been in a situation before where a turnover occurs, and if you're over on the bench with your defensive mate and you talk about what to do on your next series, and all of a sudden you hear sudden change, you've got to get out on the field and defend right away. Not everyone is mentally prepared to go.
Is that what is yelled on the sidelines a lot of times?
That, among other things.
Maybe some words we can't share here.
Yeah, we'll just keep this one PG.
FCC violation.
No doubt.
And not willing to risk a return. This ball is going to come out to the 30-yard line. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this because even the best in the game, you're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you, and interceptions result. So, frankly, to me, it's all about how you respond, not just the types of plays that you call, but how you carry yourself, how you show your team that you're still with it, and how you continue to lead.
That's a good acceleration there as he's across midfield to the 48-yard line. 57 yards now on the ground on just 7 carries. From the gun, it's Hurts. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. Another throw there off the mark, and obviously he's battled all of the interceptions. Things just haven't been true to form for him. I don't know. What do you think's going on out there, CD?
That's a great question, and my suspicion is he's been coached really well to not show that he's having a problem. You know, they always tell you no matter what, you keep throwing the football with confidence. Well, we're not seeing a confident thrower right now. He's off balance, the passing game's off balance, and the defense is taking advantage.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers' 29-yard line. Throwing from the gun, it's Hurts. Looking for Dotson, and he's got him. And he'll take it into the end zone for an Eagles touchdown. Jahan Dotson, 29 yards. And the Eagles are able to cut into this deficit here in the final minute of the third. Elliott going with the PAT. And it leads down to a field goal at 17-14. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. Still enjoying the lead here in the third quarter despite their defense giving up that last touchdown. Now they'll see if they can get the equalizer here on this drive. James Bradbury there to make the tackle.
An opportunity to get a drive started here at the end of the third quarter. What you're trying to do is break the game down a little bit. Don't let your guys see too deep into the game, into the future, and say, oh, we got to get here. No, right here, right in front of them, melt the clock down, get to the fourth quarter, try and keep going.
And try to keep that lead.
Exactly.
He'll get 17 on that one, and the Niners have a first down. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front. Defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
On first down, this is McCaffrey. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 47. Jalen Carter working his way back behind the line of scrimmage and dropping it for a loss.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
They'll get this into the hands of Ayuk. And he has another first down as they'll get the ball down to the Eagles' 39. A good gain of 14 there, and it moves the chains. So from Philadelphia territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. The gun, McCaffrey. And it's been like this all night long. Nowhere to run as they stop him behind the line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
So with your team leading in the 4th quarter, you know you've got to run the football. They know you've got to run the football. Sometimes that means there's nowhere to run the football.
If nothing else, they've already taken a couple minutes off the clock here already as they come up 2nd down. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long. Purdy from the gun. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
That's not the first time they've gone his way on this drive, and they were obviously keyed into him because they were there to help break that pass up.
And here's a big one now. Trying to hold this lead. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. Operating from the gun. Purdy eluding the pressure right. He's going to get that to his running back out of the backfield. And they will touch him down, but not before he gets the first. Defensively, a bit of a collapse, allowing the 4th down play to result in 23 yards. So after the big play on 4th, here's 1st and 10. From the shotgun to McCaffrey. And he's going to take
We're just better. We're just better.
Christian McCaffrey, a 16-yard
We're just better.
And the 49ers will add to their 4th quarter lead.
We know what he wants to do now. He runs the same plays. We're just better. He wants to use the Eagles so he can run those same plays. We're just better, bro. We're just better.
Makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. Well, that last touchdown we just saw, what an important one. Now it's back to a 2-score deficit for this crew as they take the field here, and they are in desperate need of finding the end zone. They'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. All 3 timeouts plus the 2-minute warning. Here's 1st and 10. Hurts. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down. So another incompletion there. He's hitting on fewer than half his pass attempts in this one, and that is not a winning formula.
Yeah, so let's make sure we give a little bit of credit to the defense here. They're giving him a lot to think about, a lot of different looks, and he seems a little bit confused trying to complete passes.
And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30.
Here's 1st and 10. Here's Hurts to throw.
Throwing no, but it's incomplete.
And he still doesn't have a catch. We're into the second half. I think it's a little bit of a surprise to me, but that was one he should have caught.
Absolutely. That was his best opportunity right there. He dropped it. Hurts sets up to throw it. Down under 2 minutes to go in this football game.
So it's Eagle football here as we get you reset.
Well, here's a big one. You can just feel it. This is 3rd down now.
They'll drop to throw.
He's got his running back out of the backfield.
And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers 14. Back to throw again. Escaping the pressure right. And he'll slide to a halt here. Still a little shy of the 1st down marker.
They come up now on 2nd and 2.
A give to Barkley out of the gun. And he takes this one into the end zone. And all of a sudden, here in the final minute, things get a little bit tighter. Okay, game on. Don't go anywhere yet. You got a 1-score game now. Probably going to rely on the onside kick coming up.
Yeah, they have to. It's not a high percentage play, but it's better than not having a chance at all. And that's when you put your leapers and your flyers on one side, get that high and hope that one of the guys can come up with it.
And on the other side, get that hands team ready.
No doubt about it.
Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. Now a crease here as he's past the 30. And he's going to be out of bounds across the 50. Great return.
In just about every special teams meeting, there's a discussion with the punter about his importance. Why? He can flip the field for your team defensively, move it deep into their own territory, or if you're backed up on offense, then he can hit a big punt and change field position and help his defense. In this case, though, field position got flipped by the return team. You can do it so many different ways on special teams. They have 3 tight ends in that formation. That's almost a universal sign that they're planning to run the football. But how about the defense there? They met force with force and caused a stack up behind the line of scrimmage and threw him for a loss.
That's complete to the tight end, Saubert. Now the Eagles will use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
And they'll try and burn some clock with a sneak.
And he will have a Niners 1st down, and that ought to be the one that seals the victory.
This is what we do. Victory, baby. Victory. Give me my $20, baby. Give me my 20. That's what we do, baby. It's what we do. It's what we do. It's just what we do. It's just what we do. I'm better than you, dude.
Alright, ready?
Yeah. Jaguars, Bucks, Browns. Jags, Bucks, Browns. Who are you gonna use? Bucks? Bengals, Seattle, Pittsburgh. What they got? They got Russell Wilson in this.
Give the Bengals, bro. Stop playing. Joe Burr, Jamar Chase.
The hell? Hang on, bro. I gotta put my teeth whitening strips in real quick. Can you hear me or no?
Yeah, who did I have?
The Bucks.
Oh,
Hang on, let me put my teeth whitening strips.
your cousin fucked me over on my car. Comma still owes me money. Period. I texted him the other day because I was just thinking about it, pissed. Come on, and you gotta press the button or they're gonna kick us again.
We are just a few miles from the Gulf Coast of Florida at Raymond James Stadium here in Tampa. Evan McPherson has this one teed up, and off we go from Tampa. And this opening dynamic kickoff not going to be returned. It'll come out to the 30-yard line. Three tight ends in the ball game here on 1st and 10. They'll start on the ground with Irving. Trucks over him. Powerful running. And he'll be taken down, but not before they reach the 50. on 1st and 10. Here's Irving.
Yeah, that's not happening.
He is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
That's not happening, bro.
Those big guys down there in one spot, and there's just nowhere to go. And in this case, the defensive tackle used his strength and swallowed him up.
So the 1st down run lost a couple. Now they come up 2nd and 12. There's a short one taken in by Otten.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
Yeah.
Looking for Godwin, but it's intercepted.
We know what the fuck this guy's doing now. We know what he's doing. We know your plays, bro. Come on, man.
But to take it all the way home.
And it felt like this was a defense that was on its heels a bit to start this thing off.
Yeah, they pretty much let the other guys march right down the field until
we know how to let him think he's doing something.
Big moment.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away. They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line.
Let him think he's doing something.
The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. Now remember, they were just out here a moment ago through the pick 6, so we'll see if they can take better care of the football this go around.
Yeah, and sometimes, partner, I think it's almost better that you just throw the pick 6 and you come right back out on the field. You're not over on the sidelines dwelling for it for very long. You're not hearing everyone say, hey, you'll get them next time. Hey, don't worry about it. All that stuff just goes right out the window. You're right back out on the field with a chance to atone.
This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. Baker going to give it to Irving. And they'll get this to the 30-yard line before crossing over out of bounds. That's good for a Buccaneer first, to pick up of 12 yards. Mayfield on play action. This is caught, and he's into the end zone for a Tampa Bay touchdown. Sterling Shepard, 30 yards, and the Bucs are an extra point away from evening this one up. Extra point by McLaughlin is up and good, and we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And able to get this out to the 25. Burrow going to lead up the Bengals here, 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. They'll try and start this drive in the air. Man open, that's Jamar Chase, complete. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Nice way to start the drive, a gain of 12 and a 1st down.
I know this may be jumping the gun a little bit, but 7-7, they're flinging it around like crazy. Look at the drive that's going on here. Partner, we may have to start thinking about one of these defenses just holding someone to a field goal and maybe trying to get advantage that way.
And Burrow going to be hit and taken down. They got him. Yaya Diaby, he's the one who got in there. He gets the sack.
And every game we talk about what are going to be the keys as we go into it. Maybe that's a key for their defense today. Pressure the quarterback and make sure you play a good zone defense behind them, and they get their first sack of the contest.
This pass complete to Higgins. He'll be hit down at the 33, 5 yards on the play. I think defensively you're okay with that. Here in the first quarter, he's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that, you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch. Now you put the offense in a position where every series they have to work hard to pick up first downs, and you tend to stall them out when you do that.
Can I not get 14 right now? Can I get 14 points? Can I get 14 yards?
You need to do against those big receivers. You got to get in there and get physical with them. That time he got in close, got in tight, and knocked the ball away.
Oh, a big decision here early. Look at this. They're going to go for it on their own side of the field. So they accept the penalty, of course, and push the offense backwards a bit. So on fourth down, out is Ryan Rico to punt. The Trey Palmer deep for Tampa Bay. These two teams all tied after one. Second quarter now in Tampa Bay. It's the Buccaneers in control of the football as they get set to start their drive with a 1st and 10. A first carry for Rachaad White. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's 2nd down.
Nice chunky yards on first down. It really opens up your options for what you want to do on second. You go right back to him and hope he explodes, or sucker the defense in before throwing over the top.
Mayfield down. He brings it in over the middle. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. To throw, Mayfield. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
And he'll get it down to the 47 here. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. White running to the left. And he picks up about 6 as he gets this down to the 41.
They've created a nice sustained drive off of plays like that. A nice strong run there that keeps them advancing the ball.
2nd down and 4. From the shotgun, it's Mayfield. And there's a short one taken in by Otten. And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals 23. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the first half. All knotted up at 7. A reminder that when halftime rolls around, Jonathan Coachman will have all the highlights and analysis of this first half of play from our studios in Orlando. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
I think we got to give it up for him right there. That's a heck of an athletic move for a big man right in the middle of the line. How about the play he makes there? Nowhere to run, and he finishes that one off for a loss.
Yeah, that's not going to happen.
A drive killer there. Picked by Logan Wilson. And the Bengals will take over here at their own 14-yard line. The Bengals drive about to get going. Tie ball game, still a little more than a minute to go in the half. The question, can they put something together here, try to take that lead into intermission?
I would have to think that would be the goal for sure. I don't think you sit on anything here. Here's your opportunity. Push it downfield. As you mentioned, it's a tie game. So minus a disaster on your part, you've got that in your back pocket. Go ahead and try and get some points and feel great going into the half.
And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock's going to stop with 47 seconds to go in half number 1. Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on second down. Now Burrow. Looking for Chase on the out route. He's got him. The Bengals going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. We'll see what they have drawn up here. A little bit behind the line. 12 yards needed to gain a first down. Over the middle here to Brown. And he's going to be stopped here a few yards short of the first as the tackle is made at the 33. And now the Bucs deciding to take a timeout defensively. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. And they're going to at least line up to go for it here on 4th down. They'll try and throw for it with Burrow. Steps away to his left. And it's incomplete.
Can't catch that? No?
And they turn it over. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And the Bucs are going to take over with excellent field position to boot. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. That is incomplete.
Tremendous field position there and a perfect time to do exactly what they did. Take a shot in the end zone. And they went for the big play, just unable to complete it.
Mayfield. And that's complete to Shepard. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. Mayfield to throw it. To the end zone, but it's
fuck out of here.
That's a pretty play there. Got in at the last second, helped force the ball free, and kept them out of the end zone.
And they line up now for what will likely be the last play of the first half. Final play of the half, Mayfield. And Mayfield again with the interception, his 3rd. Picked off by Von Bell. And he's free going down the left.
Go, nigga. That's what the fuck we do. That's what the fuck we do, baby. First of all, it's a fuck we do. I laid you out. I fucking put the hit stick on you. I fucking put the hit stick on you, motherfucker, and laid you out. Hell no, you ain't catch that shit.
You don't have much reaction time for your receivers to go get the football because those guys, they're the best cover guys on the field. They go get it. And on that play, they took it the other way for 6 points.
So we have reached halftime here, and it's the visiting Bengals.
Did you catch that shit? Hell no, you didn't catch that shit. I fucking whacked the shit out of you.
It's Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports halftime report. The Bengals set to receive. They have the lead and the football to begin quarter number 3. On some hitting going on now. This has been a tight game, and he takes a big shot there on the return. The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. And they've got the lead. CD, what do you think the message was at halftime?
I don't think the message was too drastic, I think, in the half, or that they need to change things too much. I do think the offensive line could play a little bit better. And I think they'll try and help them out more. They'll probably keep a tight end in a few more times and maybe add a running back to the formation to pick up those pass rushers because they probably allowed a few too many sacks for comfort in the first half.
They're passing here, Joe Burrow. And this throw incomplete. The defender all over him that
I mean, my guys can't fucking catch a fucking thing.
Began his round. Someone on the defensive side broke with him and arrived back just in time to separate him from another reception.
Here's Burrow. And he'll find Chase on the right side complete. And he is going to have a Bengals first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Burrow looking to pass. That's going to be intercepted. And they are going to
we knew that was coming. We knew that was coming. We knew that. It's my fault.
Hoping for an interception on the opening possession of this third quarter.
Obviously didn't want to surrender a touchdown and fall even farther behind. And we've gotten to know this team a little bit, haven't we? Couldn't you just see their defensive leaders telling the offensive guys, telling the quarterback, don't worry, we got you to start things off. You take it from there.
Here's a fake on the jet sweep, and instead a give up the middle. And he's taken down inside the 30. They'll stay on the ground with Irving. Taken down just shy of the red zone at the 21. 48 yards rushing for him now to this point. Here's 2nd and 3. From the gun, Mayfield. Wide open receiver complete.
Why are you looking for a pick?
Touchdown. Cade Otton from 21 yards away. And the Bucs take the forced turnover on defense and convert it into 6 points. The extra point by McLaughlin is up and good. And we are tied at 14. So we're right back where we started, all even as the kick's away. Breaks through the contact, and he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. The Bengals drive about to get going. We got a brand new ball game, all even after that last touchdown, so every drive now becoming a little more critical here in the second half. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
Now it's Burrow. That's caught, Andre Yoshivas. It's going to be a nice pickup, but he also takes a pretty good lick at the end of that one. Now it's Burrow. Out route, and it's now loose football.
Out of bounds.
But this will fortunately wind up out of bounds. He's thankful right now for that sideline because it could have been a fumble loss, instead just a fumble, though they will have to punt it down.
You're right about that, but do you think there's ever been a player happier to see his own punter go on the field than him?
No.
I mean, not at all, right? How fortunate is he that they got a chance to punt it away, and it's not just a turnover at the spot.
They run. It's Williams. Oh, and I think he went backward. He did. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out, and that will force a turnover on downs. Handoff running left, Irving. And a 5-yard gain as he's down inside the 30 to the 28-yard line.
Now that's exactly what you want on a first down run. Pick up 5 yards, bring up 2nd and 5. The defensive line, though, they've got to figure out a way to out-leverage the guys up front because the offensive line is winning at the point of attack.
And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. Mayfield from the gun on 3rd down. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked by Logan Wilson. And the Bengals are going to have it here as they'll start at their own 24-yard line.
All right, Brandon. Normally when you hear about guys making 2 interceptions in the game, you're thinking, must be a free safety, maybe a corner. How about getting 2 picks out of one of your linebackers? Again, he's just in the right place at the right time, and that's another great play to come away with the football.
The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. And last time, went for it on 4th, didn't get it. See if they can pick themselves up off the mat and do better this go-around.
Sometimes I have this vision of coaches writing notes to themselves before a game. And sometimes that note says, be aggressive, stay aggressive. Maybe that's what we saw in the last possession.
Yeah, they were very aggressive. This time, will it result in points? We'll find out. Here's Burrow setting up to throw it. Now a short one to Gesicki. So give him 2 yards there on the completion. And now 3rd down and 6 to go. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. Burrow will throw.
Come on, bro. What are you throwing the ball?
Look like they're going to be able to build off the turnover.
Well, the defense certainly did its part to gallop the football. But you're exactly right. It looks like they're going to have to punt this one away. And it's not a turnover, but doesn't it feel like one after grabbing the momentum with the defensive play?
Yeah, and they had all that momentum after getting the football, and now zapped right back in the other direction. 4th down. Here's Joe Burrow. He's got his running back out of the backfield. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. They've been burned twice already on 4th down, but the 3rd time's the charm as they keep the drive moving. So a moment to catch our collective breath after the 4th down conversion. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this 2nd half. Here's 1st and 10. Again, it's Burrow. And that went too far in front. He couldn't reel it in. It's incomplete. He shook his head right when he released that throw. He knew it was going to be a little off target.
Yeah, the excitement got him on that one. Wasn't able to control the fact the receiver was open, and it would have been an easy throw.
Second and 10. From the shotgun, Joe Burrow being chased out left. Now a short one to Gesicki. They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves him with 3rd and 9 looming.
And let's face it, you can put any Halloween costume on him. You're not going to be able to disguise him because for a tight end of his size, difficult to sneak him anywhere, but that's what they tried to do. Lined up on his right, tried to work his way back to his left, but just a minimal gain as the defense was able to react quickly.
He'll buy some time right. He'll wind up getting 4 yards there on his own, but it also brings up 4th down. They'll set up to throw. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage. Well, we kind of looked at each other as they decided to go for it, but in the end, great execution, a 6-yard gain, and it all works out. Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it. It's complete to Brown, right side. And they'll get this to the 30-yard line before crossing over out of bounds. The Bengals passing game finding a rhythm. They've got another 1st.
But they certainly had success throughout this contest, getting him the ball in the passing game, and there he picks up another 1st down. Whatever they saw going into this one, they've been able to capitalize on it, and no adjustment has been made to take it away.
On 1st and 10, here's Brown. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Vita Vea stopped that play in its tracks.
No daylight for him to run through there, and he ran into the defensive tackle, and that guy blocks a whole lot of daylight as it is. He is truly a big man who just made a big play.
From the shotgun, it's Burrow. He turned that into a nice gain, gets him 8 yards closer for 3rd down.
Well, it certainly appears to me that the defensive guys are starting to look a little bit tired while he still has some fresh legs. Not the biggest gain we've seen on a scramble, but still some positive yardage on a play that initially looked like a sure win for the defense.
A big play here. Crowd on their feet. 3rd and 4. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. He's got Brown on the out route complete. And he is going to have a Bengals first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
How about a nod to the sequence of plays they're putting together here? This has been death by 1,000 paper cuts on this drive. But this is one of their best plays yet, and they're able to move it down into the red zone.
Plenty of time. All 3 timeouts still remain. Here's 1st and 10 now. Now Burrow. And this one's incomplete. He's unable to complete it there, and just not the game that you would expect from him. He's been off the mark really start to finish.
Yeah, it makes you wonder what exactly is going on. Is he a little bit dinged up here? Or is he just off just by a bit? Maybe he can get it back in this situation. He'll need to.
Once more from the 11, 2nd and 10. Shotgun handoff to Brown here. And able to get him inside the 5 here, just inside the 5 to about the 4. Now, what's the thinking here? Because a touchdown would be nice, but you've ensured yourself a chance at 3 in the lead, so how worried are you about the 6?
You're not very worried about if you're confident in your kicker. And if you got a kicker who can put it through the post, you feel really good about trying to bleed that clock down. In an ideal scenario, your kicker puts it through the post as the clock hits zeros.
3rd down, here's Brown. He's going to be a yard short. Needed 2, but only got 1. 4th down. Now the Bucs going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Who wants it more? This is 4th and a yard. The offense knew it. They were already starting to walk back as that one is accepted. So now one of the biggest kicks of the night is forthcoming. This for the lead in the final stages. McPherson's kick is...
Oh, let's go, baby. What is this nigga doing? Oh, no.
First and goal. Brown is not going to advance very far. He'll be stopped right at the line of scrimmage.
And the big fella stuffed that one up.
Oh, no, dude.
Because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
We're just... Now it's 40. You owe me 40 now.
Right back to Brown. And he'll get it down close to the goal line, but not quite in. The Bucs going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go in the game. This crowd doing all they can. Here's third and goal. Here we go. They'll give it here to Brown. Boy, no chance as he was met and dropped behind the line there. The Bucs forced to use their third and final timeout, as they'll stop it with a little over 30 ticks to go in the football game. McPherson's kick is good. And the sideline celebrates as they have taken the lead in the final minute. All right, so time to reset here. It's a huge kick there, gives them the lead, but they've got to be careful that their celebrations aren't a little too premature.
You're exactly right about that, because there still is time for the other guys to run a few plays and get into field goal position. So this defense is going to need to come up with one final stop if they're going to get out of here with a victory.
This is 1st and 10. Mayfield. Delivering a pass here to Evans on the out route. And he'll be out of bounds right at the 40. Well, they got exactly what they wanted there. Out route, catch, get out of bounds, stop the clock.
And I have to criticize defense here because you know the situation. You want to keep them inbounds and have the clock run. So I'm sitting on the outside portion of the field and not letting them throw an out route. Throw anything inside and I'll make the tackle. An out route? That's not the way you're supposed to play it.
They'll come up now on 2nd down. Now Mayfield. And that is incomplete. So 17 seconds now on the clock here. This definitely 4-down territory at this point, but a critical 3rd down here. Mayfield rolling to his right.
Give me that shit, baby. That's what we do. Use a lurk. Use a lurk. Lose a lurk, baby. You can't see me, dog. You can't see me, dog. That's like 3 games in a row you lost. You can't beat me. Bro can't see me, dog.